Hi everyone, it's Allen with Earthglow. Welcome back to another new video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a personal recipe that I've used. I've never sold these before, but it's my personal favorite formula for making emulsified sugar scrubs. And the purpose of making these emulsified, in other words, using emulsifying wax to create a stable emulsion, is because it is going to significantly help these not only stay together and not separate, but it will also help them to stick more to your skin when you're using these in the shower, so you don't lose half your sugar scrub down the drain. So I'm adding several different butters. At the base here, I've added some 76-degree coconut oil, and I'm now adding some unrefined shea butter. And the next step is cetyl alcohol. Now, this is a magical ingredient and it's a secret ingredient of many companies. I'm not going to say any names, but one of them rhymes with plush. And I'm also adding in the emulsifying wax, which is going to create that stable emulsion. This next ingredient is jojoba oil. And this is one of my personal favorite oils. I've used it for more than 5 years in my body butter formula. I'll link my video to that one down below if you're interested in checking that out. But jojoba oil is so good for the skin. It is one of the oils that is more similar than almost anything else to the skin's natural oils, and it also does not clog pores whatsoever. It's a 0 on dermatological scales. So I'm adding in some of this, and if you want the exact formula, please check out my Patreon that is linked down below. It just costs a few dollars a month, and you're able to access dozens of formulas and join hundreds of other makers. There's just a lot of great exclusive content on there. This video does go over the whole process though. And then I'm just creating a water bath, and I'm just adding this right on top to about an inch of water. You just don't want to scorch the oils. And then in this little bowl, I'm going to be adding my fragrance. So I'm using Espresso by Brambleberry, and I'm making a coffee scented sugar scrub. I absolutely love anything coffee scented, but this is my personal favorite coffee fragrance. And you don't need very much of it to get a really strong scent. I'm just using about 1% here. And then I'm also going to be adding to this some preservative. So I'm actually using Germall Plus. You can also use Optifin. Just any broad spectrum preservative is going to work. And you just want to use however much the manufacturer recommends for your preservatives. So Germall, for example, is usually less than Optifin, but just check out wherever you purchase it from. So I get mine from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and right on their website, it'll tell you the usage rates. So that's what you'll want to follow. And then I'm also going to be adding to this a little bit of coffee grounds, actual espresso grounds. And I am adding all these three together, and I'm going to be adding them later on in the video to my actual batch. And that is because the preservative needs to be added at a cooler temperature, or it will essentially degrade and not be effective. So it won't work to actually preserve the solution. So we're just gradually melting down all those oils. I'll link the Bunsen burner that I use down below. It's not a Bunsen burner, actually. It's just a little stovetop burner. I'm so used to chemistry class, you guys. But we're just gonna do that. And then I popped those in the freezer just until they were barely frozen. This was actually a little bit too much. I had to let them thaw slightly on the counter because you can see how hard I was working. Basically, you want them to be a little bit more than a paste, but not frozen to where you can't mix it. And then at this point, once we've got everything kind of in a loose texture like this and all a uniform texture, and that's the most important part, I'll say that again, you want a uniform texture to this, a loose uniform texture, because remember, we're not whipping anything. This is going to be, and just to show you, it's 81 degrees, but this is going to be how basically the final texture is, and all we have left to do is add in our fragrance, coffee grounds, and preservative, and then we will also be adding in our sugars. So since it is cooler, we are able to add in our preservative without any chance of it degrading. And I'm just gonna incorporate that with my spatula. And I'm going to keep incorporating until I have, again, an even texture throughout the whole mixture. And then for my sugar, one of my secrets that I like for my scrubs is I like to use a blend of sugar in the raw, which is a thicker brown sugar, as well as regular white just regular white cane sugar essentially. And so I will blend those two. And again, my exact formula is in my Patreon for this, but you want to have just the right blend, because if you use too much of the sugar in the raw, it kind of can become sort of scratchy, right? Because it's a thicker texture. But having just enough of it, it creates, in my opinion, the perfect scrub. And I've worked pretty hard on this formula. Like I said, I've only used it for myself. I've never sold these just because I've never had customers request sugar scrubs. But I've always loved them, especially after I make concrete candles. These are the perfect thing to have in the shower. And I find that coffee fragrances work really well with shea butter because unrefined shea butter actually has a slight chocolatey scent to it. So just going through and gradually incorporating that sugar with the rest of my mixture. And this is essentially the last step. I am just going to be mixing this until I have a uniform texture throughout. You do not need to whip this formula. It is ready to go right once you have that uniform texture. You could put this into a piping bag with an open tip, and I think it would be easier to get into a container if you were going to sell this. For myself personally, I just use a spoon and scoop it into my containers. I do actually use just the 4-ounce apothecary jars from Wholesale Supplies Plus for these. And it's the same containers I use for my body butters. Being that it is a stable emulsion, it is going to hold up to summer shipping and it will not separate. And you can see how just gorgeous this texture is. It's not an overly hard scrub at all. It's a really nice, soft, just delicious texture. So you'll see again at the end of the video how I actually took a butter knife and I wanted you to see how thinly I could get this on my skin and how it's able to stick. Now, I've made sugar scrubs before without emulsifying wax, and so essentially, because all you really need is oil and sugar, right? That's essentially what a sugar scrub is, a liquid oil with sugar. So I've made them like that. But the thing is, they are going to separate on you and they're gonna just end up half of it going down the drain because it doesn't stick to itself. So having this emulsified and with this beautiful blend of 2 different sugars and the coffee grounds, those coffee grounds as well are gonna add an additional exfoliating property to this. And I just keep this right in my shower. It's gonna have a shelf life, I would say, of about a year. And again, that preservative is gonna really help you out because you're having it right in the shower. It's near water, so it's very important to have that in there so it doesn't grow bacteria. Look at how thin you're able to spread this stuff and how soft and velvety. When I use my sugar scrubs in the shower, I literally do not have to apply lotion to my skin when I get out. That is how soft and moisturizing these will leave your skin. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Sending all of you peace, love, and light. And again, you can find this formula in my Patreon, which I'll have linked down below. I would like to take the time to thank my patrons for their incredible support. A massive shout out goes to Wendy, Nicole Rott, Nancy with All About Me Beauty Bar, Merle, Brad with Neon City Scents, Michelle, Paula, Zahara with Crystalline Candle Co., Julie with Luxe Candle Co., Jennifer with Bea Essentials, Selena with Banbury Street Creations, Sue, Nick, Bruce, Flavia, Jennifer with Bittersweet Candle Co., Danielle, Anitra with Ninth and Maxwell, Matthew, Jindy, Lisa, Elizabeth, Carol, Cheryl with Soap Spice Cheryl, Maya, Losa, Luz Dottie, Daichi, John with Past Sense Candles, Angela, Amber, Bluegrass Bath and Candle Co., Marquita with The Beat Institute, Allie, Carla, Todd with Cold Creek Candle Co., Krista, SS, Karen with River Birch Soaps, Kina with Kijoli, Angela, Amanda, Denise with Grumblegeist Candle Co., She's More, Cindy, Kim, Teresa, Frida, Shiromi, J Creative P, Colette, Nicole, Stella, Leanne, Martha, Angela, Jamie, Chadwick, Z, Mabel, Arev, Bobby, Jamie, Amy with Candle Emporium, Stephanie, Honey, Terry, Maria, Genevieve, Gracie, Yolanda, Tonya, Susan, Irene, Rolanda with Mason Marzette, Megan, Melissa, Ursulette with Ursulette's Beauty Secrets, Kelly, TCM with Ava Bryceco, Lois, Tia, Victoria with The Sacred Prayer, Valerie, Stacy with Firewick with Me, Belinda, Rhonda, Smadar, Duchess Luxury Creations, Juliet, Carla, Crystal with Indigo Scents Candle Co., Anika, Kim with Kimberly's Candle Co., Kim, Angelic, Tia, Chris, Miss S, Shakira, Tiffany, Kim, BN, Lizette, Chandra, Pat, Chickadee Company, Tara, Indigo, SJ, Gina, Emily, Sandra, Heidi, Sunday, Michelle, Lisa, Angela, Kelly, Angela, Natalie with Walter's Wicks, Sherry, Cynthia, Denise, Sonia, Natasha, Aziza's Closet, Shambliss Candles and Soaps, Sabina, Raphael with the Laundress Candle Co., Desi, Kim, Abby Lane Candle Co., Christina, Tommy with Rose and Crown Soap, Tara, Joy, Katie, Diane, Kelly, Judith, Sherry, Diane, Courtney with 17 December's Candle Co., Stacy, Yvette, Teresa with All About Serenity, Janetta, Monica, Nick, Tim, Diane with Totafor, Anne with Sweet Annie's Natural Skincare, Jennifer with Honey's House Handcrafted, Michelle, Maria, Sarah, Alex, Roslyn with Hers and Hers Candle Co., Susan, Shaylee, Ia, Christopher, Louvre, Brianna with Be Home Dispensary, Megan, Victoria, Ash, Nicole, Virginia, Kathy, Melania, Susie, Aaron, Regina with Adobe Rose Botanicals, Scott, Dana with MJ's Candle Creations, Leah, Stacy, Donna, Jennifer with The Clean Theory Candle Co., Maria, Mary, Zoe, Amber, Brandy, Peppa, Phil, Georgiana with Tropic Candle, Gazelle with Bozaifa, Helen, Brian with Light and Life Candles, Carla, Linda, Angela, Jane, Thomas, Anna, Jane with Peyton's Place Soapery, Evelyn with Divergent Glow, Tara with Cotton Picking Creations, Lynn, Martha, Kat, Danielle, Janelle, Sylvia with Two Chicks with Scents, Karen, Tammy with Nudie Bar Soap Co., Sandra, Karen, Crystal, Margaret with Sista Diva Design, Lori, Marcus, Anna with Ren and Rita, Devin, Christine, Melissa, Donna, Martha with Peachberry Candles, Neolin, Magnus, Kenneth, Michael, Nada, Joss, Raquel, Labushi, Rusnaini, Margie, La Sonia, Mariah, Regina, Carmen with Isabel and Soaping Co., Jen, Kels, Bridget, Patricia, Carol, Shante, Jenna, Jennifer, Angela, George, Dahlia, Wendy, Penny, Amy with Grace and Light Candle Co., Sabina with Butterfly and Lotus Candle Co., Gabrielle, Bryn, Scott, Fawn, Martha, Cheryl, Angela, Meg, Turtle Creativity, Renee, Catherine, Denisha, Stephen, Stefani, Karen, Charlie, Octavio, Marilyn, Peggy, Mariah, Orion, Vivian, Sylvia with Heaven Sent Candles, Rosalind, Joyce, Belle, Roy Miz, Nora, Tamara, Catherine, Nicole, Ashley, Dylan, Freaky, Tim, Amy with Scarlet Lake Candle Co., Linda, Tanisha, Yolisi with Habana Chandlery, Danielle, Kelly, Jan, Gigi, Angelica with Centilli, Katrina, Evilis, Catherine, Brenda, Charlene, Jay, Theo, Kenny, and Brandon. Your support is deeply appreciated.